Going to interrupt you, Eric, because we have the number. General Motors, November U.S. total vehicle sales up 6%. So I'm not sure if that's an adjusted number or if that's just the total number. We're reporting at Bloomberg, GM November U.S. sales total up 6%. Does that compare to your 10% forecast just moments ago?
Yeah, it would depend if that's adjusted or unadjusted, but certainly if that is an unadjusted number, that would actually be fairly favorable for General Motors, albeit at a very easy comp.
Okay, again, that's really the theme, that easy comp. I'm not seeing a clarification there. So we'll just, again, stick with that 6% number. We also heard from Ford, which unadjusted was unchanged. Why, tell me, let's talk a little bit about Ford as we digest the GM numbers. Why are investors so encouraged with that Ford number?
Well, when you look at Ford and what they've been doing over the year, it's more than a month. When you look at Ford's market share over the last calendar year to date, at least through October, I haven't looked at through November, but they're up over 1 percentage point of market share. And Ford actually has more product momentum than General Motors has right now going into next year, which is really benefiting Ford Motor. When you're out at the LA Auto Show and tomorrow they'll unveil the all-new Ford Fiesta. That, I think, is really going to be a real game changer for Ford when that hits the North American market next year. It really has the potential to redefine that small car segment.
All right, we've got a few more headlines, Eric, on GM. They say they see fourth quarter total North American production down 24%. They say the U.S. employment level is still a concern. What do you make in particular about that production issue? Is that going to help streamline costs?
Yes, the production, the costs have been streamlined, so the production has come down, and it's going to be down. I don't know if is that a year-over-year basis or is that sequentially quarter to quarter, Lori?
Yeah, again, I'm not seeing that clarification, but what I am able to clarify now, Eric, is that this November vehicle sales 6.3% is an adjusted number. So if you could now once again compare that to your forecast.
Yes, that is lower than I had expected. If you look at the adjusted number, many were expecting the number to come in a little over 10%. So that is lower. That's not necessarily good news for General Motors because, as I said before, the November 2008 number is a very easy comparison. So many of us expected that GM would be able to best the 2008 number by a wider margin.
And by the way, that production forecast down, that's a quarterly number, so it looks like sequentially quarterly.
Okay.
Down.
Which shouldn't surprise us too much because of the cash for clunkers. GM had been building some production in the third quarter, as many other automakers had been doing, to replenish those inventories that had been lost from that promotion that ran in late July and then into August. So we probably will see production start to curtail just a little bit as they try to manage those inventories from ballooning into next year.
And Eric, we have a couple of seconds here. Do you think we'll hear anything about Saab today? There's a lot of reporting that GM might just get rid of it.
Yeah, I think they have to. I don't think that there's a lot to save with Saab. When we look at the U.S. sales this year for Saab, what we're looking at is something that's going to total in the thousands, less than 10,000, somewhere around 7,000 units or so.
Gotta leave it there. All right,
yeah,
Eric.
So there's not a lot to save.
Yeah, we're running out of time. Thank you so much for helping us dissect this GM numbers.
Thank you very much.
Have a good afternoon.